You've heard it before. Defense wins championships. Although the devs of CFB 25 put much emphasis to the offensive side of the ball, there are some tips and strategies to use on defense in order to put yourself in position to get the stops you need. Without further explanation, let's get into it. To start things off, let's talk about committing your players to the line of scrimmage. Well, you may ask, what do you mean by that? I'm alluding to the number of players you have aligned at the line of scrimmage pre-snap. Showing a heavy box, committing players to the line of scrimmage allows your defense to have a better chance at anchoring the point of attack. Selecting formations that naturally set your backers and safeties within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage help with this. The different 4-3 base variants, the double mug out of nickel, and my personal favorite, the 52 defense are just some of the formations to look into. Here's an example of the 52 and its effectiveness. Notice we have 5 down linemen to match the offense. This causes the opponent's O-line to engage each defender across their face, or they risk giving up penetration otherwise. Now you'll see on this play how bad EA's legacy issues with blocking are, but that's another topic for another day. The middle of my defense prevented any push and caused the QB to keep the handoff. I'll admit that had my edge not kept outside leverage, Cal probably scores, but the play call did exactly what I wanted, and that was to be strong at the point of attack. Now, with any good defense, you need variation. Switching up your looks helps with that. At this point, we all know about shell coverages, but what I'm speaking to is using different formations to deploy the same concept. If you're someone that likes to play cover 4 often, then it would be beneficial to show different alignments so that your players will be positioned in different spots pre-snap. This gives the offense something to think about while set at the line of scrimmage. Showing pressure but dropping 7 or 8 into coverage or bringing delayed pressure keeps the offense constantly guessing. Playing the sticks or the line of gain in 3rd and short situations enables your coverage defenders to sit hard and jump any routes run short of the sticks. When it comes to committing to the run, I'll only do that in goal line situations when there's a higher chance your opponent will run the ball. You run the risk of your DBs losing track of their guy because their eyes are in the backfield. You're better off with clogging the box with the run blitz or shifting your defense to gain leverage to whatever is the strong side. Slanting or crashing your line in the direction you think the run is going helps also. You gain the chance of your D-line beating the offense to a spot, gaining immediate penetration. Next up is tackling, specifically user tackling. It's definitely a running joke with how bad the CPU pursuit angles are, but I've seen some terrible pursuit angles taken by the user defenders. The game for the most part gives you the tools to make the proper tackle. All it takes is implementing real life techniques and applying it to the game. Now, if you're using a linebacker, your first step should be moving towards the line of scrimmage. A big part of being a linebacker is filling the gap that you're responsible for. Notice here that I'm scraping with the flow of the run design before seeing a gap I can attack and force the issue. The second mechanic I used was to break down the tackle. Anyone who has played defense knows the fundamental of tackling starts with getting low and chopping your feet before delivering your hit. Another issue I believe that plagues users is taking the defender out of position with over pursuing. Staying home when the play is moving away and being the cutback defender can be the difference in a run being a moderate gain or a big play. Also remember that you don't necessarily have to be the one to make the tackle. Taking on blockers and forcing the action into your pursuit is also a win. Another aspect of tackling is taking the proper angle. As a tackler, you should be positioning yourself to attack the ball carrier's inside hip. More times than not, the offensive player wants to cut back inside of you. With the combination of shading his inside and keeping a good pursuit angle, you should be able to make great open field stops. Here are some examples. Again, you see me flowing to the ball and immediately attacking the running back's inside hip. Playing the game with the same intent as its real life counterpart brings about satisfying moments, especially when you read your keys correctly. I will mention that my defensive heat seeker is off because it feels more rewarding to me to correctly position my player to make a tackle. I would advise getting into the lab and running the chase and tackle drill while slowly tuning the slider to where you feel most comfortable. You will definitely improve your tackling ability because it's the perfect setting to practice reading the blocks and diagnosing the hole, scraping in the direction of the play design, and taking the necessary angle to make a play on the ball carrier. A very key point that I want to mention is to make sure you are not throttling turbo in your pursuit of the ball carrier. If you need to make up a lot of ground, such as when you're playing as a safety, use turbo just enough to get into position and then throttle down. It's very easy to over pursue in this game. As you're throttling down, definitely use the strafe button to slow even more to attempt the tackle. In conclusion, the best defenses play with a great scheme, great aggression, and even greater fundamentals. I encourage you to start labbing in practice. It makes all the difference in showing your mastery of the game. As always, if you found value in this video, please let your boy know. Get active in the comment section if you can. Consider leaving a like if you want, but I'm not pressing any issues. Subscribe if you would like to see more of this content. Message to the community: don't be a cheeser, you're only hurting yourself. Until next time, I'm Outro. Peace.